Hey everybody, welcome back. I bet you did not think that you would see me back here on YouTube because I have been gone for so long. To every single one of you who reached out to me to ask if everything was okay, just to check on me, my heart was truly, truly touched. Thank you so much for thinking of me, the fact that you would even think about me. That I would come to your mind and that you'd want to make sure I was okay. It truly, truly touched my heart. So thank you to each and every one of you, as well as each and every one of you who stayed subscribed to my channel, not knowing if I'd come back. It has been a really, really hectic month and a half. I have been extremely overwhelmed with both work and my life outside of work. So I have been working long hours at work, and then the hours that I am at home, I have been helping my mother-in-law pack her things because, in a nutshell, we purchased her home. She purchased a new home. And so we have been slowly moving her things into her new home. And so I've been wanting to pack and take care of that for her. Yeah, so that's in essence why I've been gone. It's just been basically every moment of every day has been accounted for, and it does really do, it does take time to, filming is not the most time consuming part, it's the editing. So in all honesty, I have 2 videos that I had filmed, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago that I had not yet edited that I will probably put up after this video. And it's the review on the Too Faced Glitter Bomb palette, as well as the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3 eyeshadow palette. Old news, old stories. I know they're basically not, people have moved on to bigger and better things at this point in time. But I may still edit them and put them up just so that I can put content out there and in case you want my review. So, today's video is going to be a review on the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe. I wanted to put this up. I actually was not going to film today because I am going to have to find time to edit this video. But I wanted to put this up as quickly as possible because the restock is happening in a couple of days. And so I want to be able to put this up before the restock so that you know what my thoughts are and that you know if it's worth it. I'm just going to be upfront with you. I was not able to purchase mine during the last sale. I had to pick mine up on eBay, so I ended up paying like $15 more than I would have. But in all honesty, when it's hard to really snag something like this when you're at work or when you have meetings, or it's just sometimes not possible. So I checked it. It was a very long wait time to be able to get through the queue to place my order. So I just thought I can't worry about this right now. I have too much going on, and I will order it on eBay. So that's what I did, and I ordered it from somebody who I trusted, and it was authentic. And so that's my suggestion. If you ever have to buy something on eBay, just validate that it's legit and you're not getting a fake product. You're going to also notice the background is different, and that is the wall that used to have my desk and my 2 shelves, or my shelving units from IKEA. I actually got a really pretty day bed from one of our local furniture stores, and that's what's behind me now. But this room is a disaster, so if it weren't a disaster, I would kind of walk you through it and show you how it looks. Once I pick everything up and get everything situated in this room, I'll give you a new room tour so that you can see what it looks like. I'm excited. I love changing up furniture. It makes it feel like, you know, a whole new place. So anyways, that's the reason for the different background. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started. The box that it comes in is your basically the same style, same look as your regular palette. So I'm sure I've already seen a ton of tutorials, a ton of reviews on this because it's been out for a bit. You've got the silver lettering, and then the outside box has the same thing. I will say that what I like about the outside box is that it's got some pictures, some like candid pictures of Jaclyn, and then it's got a little quote from her, basically saying, you know, about picking the shades, about loving her subscribers. You know that stuff because she does talk about it in her videos. So I don't know if I want to throw this away yet or not because it's got this and the palette does not. So the back of the palette looks like this. It basically just says Morphe and Jaclyn Hill, and it's got JH's all over it. So that's what that looks like. The palette retails for $38. I think it's $38, but then it's like a $7 or $8 shipping charge. So in essence, if you're just buying one, it's about $45 total. I want to say they had a promotion where if you bought 2 or more, you got free shipping. So if you want to buddy up with a friend or something, to where if you're each buying one and save on the shipping, you can totally do that. I would highly suggest it. If I had known, a friend also, she was able to snag hers, and if she, you know, if we would have known we were each going to try and grab it, we would have paired up and saved ourselves the shipping, but that's okay. You've seen this before. Again, it's got a quote on the top, so no mirror, but I've heard several people saying this makes a lot of sense. The fancier you get with the palette or the packaging, the more expensive it's going to be. $38 for about what you're about to see in all these shades is a really, really good price. So you just have to consider you're sacrificing a little bit of the, you know, the niceties, such as a mirror. We have plenty of mirrors in our collection. I'm pretty sure you can find a little compact or whatever, use that to travel with, to take with you, to use to apply. So the quote on the cover says, "This palette is dedicated to all my loving subscribers, XO Jaclyn." And then you have got this bad boy right here. So it was a little bit, I'm going to be upfront with you, it was a little bit, I watched a lot of reviews before I ordered mine on eBay because of the fact that I do have some Morphe palettes. I like them. I'm not absolutely, you know, I mean, they're not my favorite thing in this world. I think for the price, it's decent for sure. But of course, with this having such a range of colors, I was highly interested, but I thought, okay, well, I mean, I don't know. I could probably take it or leave it. Well, the more and more videos came out, I was like, wow, so apparently these things are really amazing. I need to try them out for myself. And so let me go through and give you swatches real quick, and then I can tell you what I thought about it. I am wearing it today, so going to be a lot of swatches. So let me try and get as many onto my arm as possible. Usually I do 4 or 5 at a time on the back of my hand. I think we're going to have to do a little more than that if we want to get through this quickly. So, okay, let me get to swatching and I'll be right back. Okay, these are the first 4 on that top row, so they're going to be your lightest shades, like your highlight shades, and then you're starting with your transition shades. So you're already going to be able to tell that they swatch very, very nicely. I will tell you they're very, very smooth and buttery. Let's move on to the next 3 from that top row. I will already tell you the first one on, or the one on my index finger is the one I'm wearing in the center of my lid, which is this one right here. It's like a frosted pink, and it is one of my favorites. I think, and that's what they look like right there. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. I love how they stand out. And then if you apply them wet, it's just what I did. Oh my goodness, it takes them to another level. I know that the names, there's names to these. I've heard people complaining that there's no names. And I do know there are names because I think one of them's called, like the turquoise is called like Pool Party or something. Trying to think where I saw that though. Because I know it's not on the palette, so those of you who, if that's a deal breaker for you, and as I'm getting, just got back from church, so I'm getting eyeshadow all over my dress. Let me see. Okay, it's not on the back of the box either. I don't know where the names are for these shades. They are out there because, again, they do have names. I know I've seen them before. It just does not come with it, which the clear plastic sleeve that came on top was just clear. It didn't have names either. So let's move on to the second row. So these are going to be more your transition shades. And it's nice because you get an array of colors, kind of like a mustardy type brown, I guess yellowish brown. And then you have got like different shades of brown, which is nice. I think one's called, no lie, I think one of them's called like puke or pukey or something like that. So again, I know that they have names somewhere. So that's how those swatch. You're noticing probably that they don't swatch patchy. They go on very, very nicely, and in all honesty, in real life, that's how they feel. In real life, in real life. Well, obviously, but right now, like, so buttery, so smooth, very different from what I'm used to from Morphe, and I'm not mad about it, of course. Okay, so now we're going to go into the last three for that row. This one is matte. These two are the shimmer shades. Those, again, are the shades that if you wet your brush, oh my goodness, they look so foiled, so pretty. That's what they look like there. And that takes care of the second row. So I am going to clean off my hand and move on to row 3. Here we go with row 3. The first two are those shimmer foiled shades, and then, I'm sorry, the first 3 are, and then that last one is a matte. This champagne color, oh my goodness, it is so pretty. They really all are just really, really nice. Having a lot of fun with this palette. Okay, so that's the first 4. Let me grab you the next 3 so that we can complete out row 3. The nice thing about this palette is, honestly, she included everything that you'd be able to use for summer looks as well as winter looks, because you've got a lot of those fall type shades, such as these right here. These will complete out row 3. These two are matte. This is one of those foiled shimmer shades. So let's go ahead and swatch that right there, and right there. And see, even these are not swatching patchy. They are just gliding right on. No, what I know from Morphe is that their shadows can be a little bit dusty and a little bit dry. You have to dig a little bit. Let me grab another baby wipe because that one's full. They're a little dusty, a little dry. I mean, honestly, for the price, I get it. It's decently priced. I don't know that I've ever been super, like I said, in love with the brand the way Jaclyn is. Again, I like that she supports a brand that has pretty good quality for the price. And, you know, a lot of people that you reach out on YouTube, you know, are not going to want to go pay $60 for a palette, and I totally get that, you know. She apparently has loved the brand for a while, but the fact that the formula in these is so nice, this really sets it apart for me, and I love it. I have no bad things to say so far. Okay, let's move on to row 4. Now we're going to start getting into the colorful shades. There's a few pops of color in here. And oh my gosh, even these satiny foiled shades are so soft. Okay, so you've got these 2 pops of color. So this is a purple, but it's coming off blue on camera. This is a blue, and it's coming off almost a little green. And these 2 are kind of like a bronzy champagne type shade. So again, first 4 in row 4. And so let's swatch these bad boys. Ugh. So there you go. That's what those look like right there. Again, if you want them to really, really pop, spray your brush down with some Fix Plus. These shades, these shadows, they stand up, they withstand the wet brush. I know some of them you get hard pan if you wet your brush, and it makes it just so difficult. These don't do that. You can wet your brush, go in with the product, and I mean, Jaclyn's known to do that. So that already tells you it will stand up to a wet brush. Okay, so let's move on to the last 3 in row 4. Okay, so there we go. This one is one of those shimmer foiled shades, and then you have 2 darker matte shades in different shades of brown. And there we go. Ugh. Only thing is, when I swatch them, it gets really crumbly on my wrist. Okay, there we go. So that completes out row 4. So you've got those 2 pops of color here at the top, and the rest of them are going to be more your neutral shades. Okay, let me clean off my hands and I'll be right back. Bubby, you got down. I don't know why you got down, baby bear. All right, here we go. Last row again with the pops of color. This teal has to be probably one of my favorite eyeshadows of life. I love this type of color. I think this is the one that's called Pool Party. I think you can hear sirens in the background. I'm sorry about that. I hope everybody's okay. Now this green one did swatch just the tiniest bit patchy. This second, the matte one that's green. So you can tell it swatched a little patchy. That's probably the first one in this whole palette that I have experienced that with. And then again, this one is so incredible. Leave it to her to create the most gorgeous shade of teal. Okay, so those are the first four. Now we're going to go to the last three eyeshadows in this palette, and these are going to be your darker ones because, of course, all palettes should probably have darker liner type colors. This one does. So we've got like a really dark brown, a really dark gray, and, of course, a black. So those are what they look like right there. They are all matte, and so let's just go ahead and swatch these. Of course, these dark colors are the ones that tend to, in most palettes anyways, swatch patchy. And that swatched pretty good. That matte black is on the dry, powdery side, of course. It's very, very chalky, but it's not as patchy as I have seen some black shades to be. So definitely a pretty good liner shade there. So that wraps up the swatches for this palette. So that is a lot. A lot of swatching right there. As you could tell, like I said, most of them not patchy, just that green one. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So that's 35. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So you get 35 shades. That's crazy. That's basically like $1 a shade if you do the math, which is really, really good. And I mean, you've heard all this before and you've heard it directly from her. She just put everything in there that you would need for a complete look. Anything from like a fall wintry type look to even the summer looks because of those pops of color. So now let's get down to the thoughts because I know you're wondering what my thoughts are, even though you've probably already seen lots of reviews, heard lots of people's reviews and thoughts, and mine's, you know, I'm pretty sure mine is going to be consistent with most everybody's out there in that I love this palette. I'm sorry, I got like eyeshadow all over my dress. I love this palette. This thing is so amazing. I am absolutely dazzled by it. So I told you I paid $15 extra on it, for it to get it on eBay. I feel like I just stumbled my way through that sentence. So I did. I paid $15 extra in what I would have paid. So instead of the $45, I did pay $60, which is a little heart-wrenching. However, I would have paid $45 to wrestle through the crowds to get it on Morphe had I been able to. And I even, at what I paid for it, I think it was so worth it. I'm glad I did. I love it. I think this is absolutely a must-have in your collection. The formula is different from what I know Morphe formulas to be. And I would, in a heartbeat, you know, disregard all the other Morphe palettes and absolutely get my hands on this one because this is definitely worth it and it's worth the price tag. You will not find a price point like this at Sephora for this type of quality. I just think she really, really did a good job. I'm really extremely happy with it. Let me zoom you in. I'll show you what I did today for my look. It is relaunching. They're restocking it on July 18th, and I think the time is 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're like me and you're in Central Standard Time, it's going to be 10 a.m. for you. Anybody in the Florida side of the United States, the eastern side, that is, I want to say 12 o'clock for you. Maybe it's 11. It might be 11 o'clock for those on that side. I don't know. Check me if I'm wrong. I want to say Orlando is an hour ahead of me. And I know I am 2 hours ahead of California. So 8 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Central. Check for Eastern time. But it is July 18th, so I will tell you that once you put your thing in your cart and you're looking to check out, it's going to do like the Kylie Cosmetics where it says do not refresh your browser or you'll be put at the back of the line. I don't know what to think about that because for the Kylie Cosmetics, I refresh from time to time and that's usually when I'm able to get through. So I don't know about this because the friend that I have that got this did stake her place in line. So she basically waited it out. It was about a 30-minute wait in the cart and she was able to get through. So it may be a little bit different for Morphe as far as that waiting queue. I'm not sure. Definitely worth your time and money. I really, really love this. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If anything, I hope the information about the restock has been helpful for you if you've already seen a ton of reviews on this product. So thanks so much, guys, for sticking out not only this video, thanks for waiting for me to come back. I just truly appreciate each and every one of you. Sending a big hug your way. Thanks again, like I said, to all of those who wrote to check in on me. I love and appreciate you guys very, very much. You know, I cannot let you guys go without giving you the verse of the day. That's the most important part of each and every video that I do post on YouTube. And today is going to come from Matthew 16, 24 and 25. And it says, Jesus said to his disciples, if anyone would come after me, he must deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever wants to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for me will find it. It's like a very chaotic world out there, and the only thing that counts in this world is whether or not you know Jesus, and that's the most important thing. It's my prayer that you have him in your heart, that you find him if you have not already. He's the most amazing person I cannot live my life without him, and in this world that is nothing but chaos, he's the only sure thing. He's the only anchor in this chaos. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I am hoping to see you guys very, very soon. Like I said, after this video, I will probably post my 2 older videos, so that's why that older content is going up soon. And then after that, I should semi be back to normal. Please forgive me if I'm not as regular in posting for a little bit, but I do have a couple of things coming in from Sephora that I'll want to review for you. So you should see a little bit more of me than you have been. All right, guys. Take care. See you soon. Love you. Mwah. I love you guys. Thank you. Bye.